From the High Definition Production Center of Troy University's Broadcast and Digital Network, Troy, Alabama's International University, this is Troy TrojanVision News.
Hello and welcome to Troy TrojanVision News for March 23rd, 2017. I'm Seth Hall.
And I'm Sarah Singletary. Thank you for joining us this evening. For the second time this semester, the John M. Long School of Music directed its focus to choral music, more specifically vocal jazz. I had the chance to visit one of the clinics and catch up with the visiting students. High school and community choirs from around the state visited Troy University Thursday for the John M. Long School of Music's Vocal Jazz Invitational. The event included several clinics and a performance from world-renowned guest musician Matt Falker, a jazz pianist and composer from California.
You can't have access to these kind of world-class musicians. Pretty much, it's very special, you know. I mean, he's just like very well known and sought after, and to bring him on our campus, spend quality time, and to have his expertise pour into our students and then the students that we're trying to recruit from is really a really cool thing.
Students who traveled to Troy for the Invitational share what they learned from the event.
How to stay smooth and connected, you know, make sure all the notes are long enough, not and like short enough, and make sure, you know, how to your breathing, make sure you're all together, and tone and quality, you know, it has to be good.
Don't be afraid to like sing out. It's an audience, not like not like you get afraid sometimes, so hey, just deal with it.
And while events like Thursday's Invitational are often seen as recruiting tools for the School of Music, Orlovsky hopes that the students who attend these events take away just one thing.
The joy of making music together. I mean, really, truly. I mean, where else can you do it? They sing, they get reinforced for what they're doing, and then they get to meet other people and hear other people as well. It's a rare and wonderful thing.
Thursday was the second and final day of the two-day Invitational. Falker was on campus Wednesday working with the School of Music's Frequency Ensemble. The next School of Music performance will be the Concert Chorale Concert on April 2nd.
Troy's fraternities and sororities faced off on the court at Trojan Arena yesterday afternoon, but they weren't taking shots at the hoops. They were hurling balls at each other. Sarah Jones has all the action from the Greek Week Dodgeball Tournament.
On Wednesday afternoon, fraternities and sororities competed in a sudden death dodgeball tournament as part of the university's annual Greek Week. Teams were randomly drawn to pick who would be competing in each round, alternating between fraternities and sororities. In the end, Chi Omega became the winning sorority, and Alpha Tau Omega was victorious to become the winning fraternity. Alpha Tau Omega member Devin Gillum shares his feelings about his fraternity's win.
I mean, obviously pretty great. Just trying to put your fraternity in the best place to win Greek Week. So winning dodgeball definitely helps out, of course. So feels good.
Male athletic chair and referee for the dodgeball tournament, Joshua Sumi, feels like Greek Week is beneficial to students who are participating and the university as a whole.
It gives you an opportunity not only to branch out past your own organization, but also into like the different intercollegiate organizations, you know, such as NPC, NPHC, and IFC. So you further get to know these different individuals in different organizations other than your own.
Greek Week activities will continue throughout the rest of the week. Sarah Jones, Troy, TrojanVision News.
The Greeks will get active again tomorrow afternoon with the Greek Games at 3 p.m. in Trojan Arena. And last night, the court of Trojan Arena transformed from a place to dodge balls into a place to bust moves.
And the fancy footwork was definitely on display as Troy University's fraternities and sororities displayed their best dance moves in the Greek Sing competition. Janae Jordan has the story.
This week is dedicated to all Greeks, so on Wednesday in Trojan Arena, the Greeks held a Greek Sing competition.
Greek Sing is an event where each organization will put together a dance, and as they put together a dance, they'll have lip singers, and the lip singers will mouth the words along, and it's a really cool event, and it's really fun to see what each organization brings.
Greek Sing gives the students a chance to let loose and have fun singing and dancing to some of their favorite tunes.
You know, we have different teams with different fraternities and sororities, so like they're uniting, and it's just more about unity and fun, and just, making the most of all the activities going on during the week.
Grink Sing was all about school spirit and having fun, but the most important thing is giving back to their philanthropies, which include Backpack for Kids, Boys and Girls Club, and Relay for Life.
Greek Week is an event where all of the sororities and fraternities compete against one another on teams. And so what that does really is it really unites all the Greek community as one, and we're able to give back to our philanthropies.
Greek Week hosts other events throughout the week, including a tailgate event, relay games, and Battle of the Bands. Janae Jordan, Troy, TrojanVision News.
The next Greek Week event will be the Battle of the Bands Spirit Night on the Square in downtown Troy tonight, starting at 6 o'clock.
Now, the latest in Trojan sports on Troy TrojanVision News.
Leading off our Trojan Athletics segment tonight, the Troy baseball team in their matchup against Sanford. Last night, Troy defeated Sanford in Troy, or Tuesday night rather, but the series shifted to Birmingham and it didn't fare well as in their Wednesday follow-up, falling to the Bulldogs in the second night of the home-and-home series. Troy gave up a run in each of the last 2 innings to drop the second game of the midweek series 4-3. The Trojans failed to hold on after taking an early 3-2 lead after scoring all 3 of their runs in the third inning on back-to-back doubles from Matt Sanders and Brandon Lockridge. Now up next, Troy returns home to host the first Sunbelt Series of the season. That's this weekend at Riddle Pace Field against number 15 UL Lafayette. First pitch of the series opener is set for 6 p.m. on Friday. And staying on the diamond, but going from overhand to underhand. One Trojan softball player was recently named the Sunbelt Conference Player of the Week prior to Tuesday night's game against UAB. She hit for a .615 average and belted 3 homers over last week and helped the Trojans win their home series against Georgia State last weekend. Now that player is Becca Hartley. The senior super utility player has split time between shortstop and home plate so far this season, but her bat has always been full-time slugger. Over her powerful week, the Trojans went 3-1 as she went 8 for 13 at the plate. She also scored 6 runs and drove in 5 RBIs as well. She now has 10 big flies on the season, 1 short of her career high of 11 and 33 for her career. And off the field, she's an expert dancer. Just look at her dancing around with her teammates. The softball team will be back on the road this weekend, taking on Sunbelt Conference newcomer Coastal Carolina. The first game is slated for noon Saturday. And the women's tennis team closed out their home slate in the regular season with a decisive 7-0 victory over Alabama A&M on Wednesday. The Trojans swept the doubles competition with Sine Otaw and Nancy Karaki defeating their opponent 6-4. And it was senior night, and on senior night, Alicia Rodriguez was honored. And it was her day to shine. She helped her doubles partner Hannah Seitzer take down their competition 6-1. And in singles play, Rodriguez swept her opponent 6-0 in straight sets to cap off her career at the Lunsford Tennis Complex. Now the tennis team turns their heads towards conference play, and Coach Rawiyah El-Sisi is confident her team will perform thanks to the level of competition they have played.
We are extremely excited. We have been through a tough schedule this season, and it was a purpose for it. We're playing a lot of the teams who competed were the top team that won the conference. Like, they got Xavier, who we played recently over spring break. Florida Gulf Coast is doing pretty well. They're going to be in the top in the conference, they beat South Florida early season, first time in history. So we got all these top teams we've been playing, winning all the conference. So now we're going this week, and we've been competing with the highest level.
The women's team will open their conference schedule on Saturday in Statesboro, Georgia, as they take on Georgia State at 8 a.m. And it was a strong showing for the women's golf team as they competed in their 3rd tournament of the spring. The women's team was in Augusta, Georgia for the 3M Augusta Invitational last weekend and finished 5th overall in a field of 14 teams. And get this, 11 of those teams were ranked in the top 100 nationally. Individually, the Trojans were led by sophomore Bianca Lobauer, who finished in 4th place after her round of 2 under 70 in the final round. She birdied 5 holes total on the day en route to her first under round of the season. Trojan star Fatima Fernandez-Cano also tallied a top 5 finish, her 3rd of the season, and Gabby Oubre finished in a tie for 18th, which was her 3rd straight top 25 finish. The women will next hit the course Monday when they compete in the Hensler Financial Intercollegiate hosted by Kennesaw State.